Hello viewers, this is Dr. Julia from DIY Nutrition and Health. Have you ever had signs and symptoms of illness, increasing in duration, intensity and frequency, yet your doctor is not able to give you a conclusive diagnosis? Or have you ever been told you have psychosomatic illness? Or have you ever been told you're imagining the complaint that you have presented with? Well, that's the question I wish to answer today. Increasingly, we have people who present with signs and symptoms to hospitals or doctors. They're investigated over and over again, but without a diagnosis. And so, yes, they get prescriptions to get some relief, but they don't know what's ailing them. Neither does their doctor know what the problem is. First and foremost, let me acknowledge this, that medical technology is rapidly expanding. And we have a lot of new technologies, diagnostic tools, but these are not uniformly available across practitioners or hospitals. And so not all institutions have the same capacity to diagnose. Yet that's not even the main reason why I'm here today. I'm here today to talk about the nature of chronic illnesses. Chronic illnesses take years and even decades to manifest clinically. And while that happens, while they are information, we have these changes that occur in the physiology and biochemistry of the body. And these changes will usually compromise function of either one or more systems of the body. And when this compromise occurs, it results in the signs and symptoms that a patient may present with, even prior to a diagnosis of illness. And because these symptoms are really severe and they get in the way of the patient and even the diminished quality of life, they need attention. Unfortunately, conventional medicine is not very well equipped to manage conditions that are not diagnosed. And so you may get a prescription to give you some relief, but this goes on and even gets worse with time. We call this kind of illness functional illness, and now we have a new model of care called functional medicine that seeks to identify these underlying physiological and biochemical changes and strengthen them, rather rectify them and restore function even prior to a diagnosis in the clinic. And so functional medicine acknowledges the fact that changes occur prior to a clinical manifestation of a chronic illness. And these changes cause signs and symptoms that diminish the quality of life of a patient and therefore need to be addressed, to restore function and give relief to the patient. Now, we have 6 main imbalances that accompany these changes that have been identified. We have hormonal and neurotransmitter imbalances. We have imbalances in the mechanisms of the body that are involved in energy production, and we call these oxidation and reduction imbalances and mitochondriopathies. We have imbalances in the absorption of nutrients and their digestion and the microbiome. We may have imbalances in the immune and inflammatory systems of the body. We may have structural imbalances, that may affect an individual at the cellular level all the way up to the skeletal muscles of the body. And then we have imbalances in the detoxification system of the body and biotransformation. This is the system that rids the body of waste and oversees the conversion of materials from one form to another, either for excretion or just for metabolite processing. So once these imbalances are identified, and this may require tests in the lab, and singled out and returned back to normal function, we expect a reversal and a total healing, actually, of the complaint of the patient, even prior to a diagnosis. And in the event there's already a conclusive diagnosis, there's still opportunity in functional medicine to apply the same methods to give relief and even reverse a well-established illness. Functional medicine identifies that the environmental inputs that interact with the unique genes of a patient to cause either to nurture or to impair these functions or these systems of the body. And so with informed alterations in the same and proper patient education on these inputs and what's best for the body, it's possible to reverse illness. And so if you have complaints that you're sure about without a diagnosis, do not give up. You can look for a functional practitioner who may be able to identify the underlying imbalances and give you relief. Thank you for listening. It's goodbye for now.